Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. So my name is Adam, and I am the partner manager here at CardioLog Analytics. I'll go ahead and kick things off. Today's webinar is about how you can generate more managed services with analytics and engagement of your customers. Okay, just making sure that everyone can see my screen. So a bit of housekeeping first. This webinar is being recorded. If you want to share this with your colleagues, we'll go ahead and send an email with the recording after today's session. And of course, if you have any questions, please ask them during the session. And at the end, we'll have a quick Q&A. And I hope that I'll have time to answer all of your questions. You can also reach out and contact us through Twitter at CardioLog. So in regard to today's agenda, we'll start out with a very short introduction. We'll talk a bit about CardioLog Analytics and who we are. Then we'll go over our partner program, what opportunities it offers, the advantages that our partners have compared to other businesses due to the partner program. After that, we'll go ahead and dive right into today's topic, how you can generate managed services with the understanding of how your customers are using their different environments and how to improve your customers' platforms. Then I'll go over our engagement tool and walk you through how you can use Engage to effectively increase adoption and measure success of a process like migration to Microsoft Teams, for example, in your customer's organization. At the end, we'll have a short Q&A session depending on how much time we'll have. So CardioLog Analytics has been around since 2005. Over the past 14 years, we've been focused on web analytics designed for SharePoint and now Office 365. Our flagship solution is CardioLog Analytics, and it's built specifically for internal platforms, including all versions of SharePoint from 07 to 2019, as well as SharePoint Online. Over the years, as Microsoft grew from SharePoint on-premise to Office 365, we grew with it, and we monitor Office 365 platforms like Yammer and Teams. Our solution is available both on-premise and as a SaaS version. Our goal is to help our customers constantly improve SharePoint based on how it's being used. So there are three main pillars that we talk to customers about. The first pillar is monitoring activity, which is tracking the usage within SharePoint with in-depth internet analytics, insight, and usage reports. Our customers realize that understanding usage analytics is often simply not enough. They wanted a way to take action based on the insights gained from monitoring their portal usage, which leads us to the second pillar, engaging users, asking them about their needs, what their pain points are, and what's not working for them. After you have the data and the user's experience, you can help your customers to enhance the productivity of their environment with your managed services and other services that you are offering. Here we can see a brief explanation of how CardioLog Analytics works. So we monitor the data source, whether it's SharePoint, on-premise, online, Yammer, or Teams. We pull the data with our own unique JavaScript tracking mechanism to Microsoft Azure, where it's being stored and processed, and later on it is being presented with Power BI. After the short introduction we just had, we'll go ahead and take a look at our partner program. So what advantages does the partner program give you over other businesses in the same market? You can answer the growing demand for potential productivity and usage reports to make sure customers are making the most out of their investment in SharePoint. It's really important to track and monitor their portal and ensure that it meets their goals. Efficiently meeting customer demands without having to direct them to other sources. You can monitor the usage of your customers and provide them with the reports firsthand. Help customers increase adoption and engagement with our Engage tool. Having strong internal communication between employees helps to drive engagement within SharePoint as well as Teams. Stand out from your competition. With CardioLog, you can add analytics and engagement to your toolbox and make your packages more attractive for your future customers. Extend activities and develop additional revenue streams. Partnering with us can lead you to new offerings for your customers that you never thought of before. Know your customer needs before they will even understand what's the problem. Let them know how their employees are really using their platform and identify trends or problems before the customer even understand what's happening. We have a strong marketing team and a wide range of marketing offerings all around the globe. A big part of our partner program is to escort you the entire way with different tools such as sales and technical training, demo license, deal registration, dedicated partner manager just for you, access to technical support, and joint marketing activities from campaigns, events, joint webinars, and many more. When you're talking about your customer environments with them, you can ask different questions to help them assess the platform productivity, and you can come up with the answers. Are people using the portal? If your goal is to drive more adoption, it's important to first assess who is actually using the portal. So when you're going over the training budget with your customer, you can really help them to maximize it by targeting those users who are inactive and need more help in the portal. Are users being more collaborative? If your goal is to increase employee collaboration in Microsoft Teams, for example, analytics can help you to take a look at how users are interacting with each other, who's talking to who, what kind of files they are sharing. Can we save on disk space? Maybe archive or delete irrelevant sites. Are users finding what they're looking for? Tracking search is a really important step to help boost your customers' adoption. If the customer can't find what they're looking for in the portal, they'll be much less likely to use the portal overall. So making the portal a more user-friendly place is another easy way to boost portal usage. Are users even being productive? Maybe you can show your customers that a lot of their customers don't know how to use it and just spend many precious hours of their week on the site doing really nothing. So these are all questions that can lead you to offer improvements to your customers and help them make the most of their SharePoint or other Office 365 environments. Now we're going to dive right into this webinar's topic, how you can generate more managed services with the analytics of your customers. We can measure success of customers' engagement with CardioLog Analytics data. Sometimes it can be challenging to show that the engagement was successful and to show to the customer that the changes that you made were necessary and successful. Analytics can help you show whether these changes were good. For example, if you try to increase adoption, greater productivity, to increase collaboration. And on the other hand, analytics can show you which areas customer needs additional services to improve. From teams that require additional training that you can offer, to sites that are not being used that you can take action to improve, or high failed search. With this data, you can more easily understand what changes need to be made and then go to the customer and show them the results after you have deployed these changes. Here are a few examples of how the analytics we provide can turn into additional services that you can offer. So we can locate unused homepage buttons. That's a huge waste of real estate on your customer's homepage that now you can offer to redesign or change it in any way you'd like. We can detect orphan documents. So maybe a lot of documents are all around the place and people don't know how to get to it. So you can offer to redesign it or rearrange it. We can detect unused sites and subsites. So now you can maybe offer to archive these unused sites. Or, for example, you can also discover that the new HR site that you just spent 6 months deploying is not being accessed at all. And now that you know it, you can offer different services to drive more adoption to it. Detect unused list items prior to migration. So if you're going through a migration with your customers, you can really migrate only the important things and not the entire platform with all the irrelevant sites. We can detect the most influential users. So maybe through this gamification, you can help to drive more adoption, maybe to have a top 10 link, top 10 list on your homepage. But you can also know who does not use SharePoint. And through that, you can offer a really targeted training to fit your customer's budget. For the end of this first part of the webinar, before we dive right into the demonstration, I would like to share a short summary of our partner program and the benefits of using CardioLog Analytics to boost your managed services. So minimum risk. This is a pay-as-you-earn service offered to our partners through a revenue sharing model, which reduces the cost and brings risk to bare minimum. So if you didn't earn, you didn't pay. Maximum profit. The rev share model enables you to offer a solution to new existing customers and to increase revenue from a growing analytics demand. Expand your toolbox. Define analytics and report and requirements in order to measure portal goals and achieve them through the consultancy and other services you provide. Top positioning. This unique analytics tool can really differentiate you from your competition. So now we're going to dive right into the demonstration of the tool. So as you can see right here, I'm showing the first dashboard of CardioLog Analytics. You can see here the usage overview. At the bottom of my page, you can see different tabs. So each tab is a pre-built dashboard that you'll get from day one that provides different data. On the left side of my page, you can see the portal tree filter or SharePoint's hierarchy. So right here, you can see that we are monitoring SharePoint 2013 and SharePoint Online at the same time and producing one single reporting. So it doesn't matter what your customer has or whether he's going through a migration or going hybrid, we can track everything within it. So I can click really on anything in this list, and it goes all the way down to the smallest list and sub lists. And you can see how the data on the dashboard will change to show me exactly what I want to see. So if this is a way to filter the data through the sites, at the top of my page, you can see a way to filter the data through the different content. So whether it's the blogs or discussions or wiki, or doesn't matter really what type of content, you can filter to see exactly the adoption rate to the content you are looking at. So now we're going to take a look at the content table right at the middle of my page. So I'll full screen it. So right here, I'm showing by default the most viewed pages on our sites. So if you have a top 10 list on your homepage, you know which are the most viewed pages. But I can also go the other way around and show the least viewed pages, or in this case, pages that are not viewed at all. And as we discussed before, we can now you can offer different services, maybe to archive all these unused sites. Or now you have detected a very important site that is not being used, and you want to help your customer to drive more adoption. And now you know which sites these are, and you can act on it. Next, we can take a look at the adoption column right here. So we can take a look at the adoption through the different departments. And again, I can click on any department to see exactly how they use it. So if our customer has a low budget training request, you can offer it to the departments that really needs it. But you can also go and drill down and see the individuals and how they're using SharePoint. So right here, you can detect that actually there are quite a lot of people that don't use SharePoint at all. So maybe you can offer some targeted training sessions. So we're going to take a look at a few more dashboards to see exactly how they can benefit your managed services. So here you can take a look at a different way to segment the data to the different offices. So you can offer training or different services to each office by itself. As you improve your customers' sites, you want to show them different metrics rise as their site improves. Such metrics like page diff or length of visit, time on site, and many others other than the regular page views. You can take a look at the common navigation. So how people go about the portal from site to site. Right here, you can detect that maybe there is a very popular site, but it takes 3, 4, even 5 different steps to get to. That's a huge waste of time for your customers, and you can offer your services to make it easier to navigate. Here you can take a look at your customers' subscriptions. So whether they are subscribed to your external links or to other resources, you can prove to them which resources are actually being accessed. So maybe you should unsubscribe and save budget for your customers, or maybe you should drive a campaign, or even try to introduce them to other resources that are more alike to the resources that is being accessed. Next, we're going to take a look at search. So this is a huge part of the services you can offer. So on the left side of my page, you can see the most searched terms. And if I'll click on benefits, I can see that benefits, which is the most searched term, has been searched more than 1,200 times. That's a huge waste of time for your customers that you can improve. But another thing that actually should worry you greater than this is that only about half of the people that searched clicked on any of the results, which means that half of them wasn't satisfied with the results and had to go and waste even more time to get the answer from other platforms, maybe asking a coworker. So you can provide services around improving the search now that you know that there's a problem. So you can even take a look at how long does it take to a page to upload and offer services around that. Maybe there are a few pages that it takes 2, 3, even 4 seconds to upload. That will really decrease the adoption to the platform of your customer. So maybe you can offer to go over these very slow pages and to modify it to benefit your customers more. So next, we're gonna take a look at the Teams analytics, not only SharePoint. So as we can see here, the first dashboard of Teams analytics, it's an overview. We can see here the teams themselves, how many members, channel, messages, how people are using it through offices and departments. Again, you can see at the bottom of my page the different tabs. So we'll just take a look at some more of these Teams tabs. So we can take a look at the top threads at the bottom of my page, or the top contributors. So who uses it the most and who frankly doesn't use Teams that much or at all. Again, and what's special about this product is that not only we can take a look at the teams themselves, we can also drill down to the channel level. So within each team, we can take a look at the channels themselves and how people are using them. We can also take a look at the top threads and exactly how people interact with each other, how many replies they had on this thread, what channel it belonged to. We can take a look at the most influential users. So we can look also how people interact with each other, which is a very big part of Teams. So as I said before, after our customers got all their your customers actually get all the data from you, you also want to drive more adoption to the changes you are creating for them. And for this, we have CardioLog Engage. So this is a tool to drive adoption campaigns. And I'll show you here, for example, you can promote a new page or notify about a change, or maybe have a survey asking them, how was your search? But now I'll quickly show you how you can very easily start your own campaign from scratch. So first, we're gonna choose the audience. Maybe it's everyone, telling them about a new HR site that we just deployed. Or maybe it's the groupies. For example, maybe it's a specific team, like the sales users. But maybe we don't want to, if we want to drive more adoption, maybe we don't want to interact with everyone, only with the inactive users within sales. So people who did not visit SharePoint for more than 14 days, for example. After we pick the audience, we can choose the channel. Maybe it's an in-app message, like a pop-up that pops when they are viewing a certain result, or maybe it's a header when they are entering SharePoint, telling them to check out the new HR site. But for our example, sales team that do not use SharePoint, they won't see these messages because they don't use SharePoint. So maybe they'll get a targeted text message or an email telling them about the new HR site. After they chose the audience, you can text and design it in any way you'd like. So you can ask, how was your search? Very, very easily. You can design it in any way you'd like, and then you can ask them for different answers. So maybe you'd like them to rate the search, or a 3-button rating, thumbs up and down. Maybe, but maybe you want to have their full answer. Another great way to use this tool is to generally reduce the amount of emails your customers are sending, because we all know that when your inbox is full and you see another company email, no one wants to open it. You just archive it. So this is a tool, a great tool, to help you reduce these amount of emails. So you can even ask them to RSVP for an event. So you are invited, you can have the details in the text section, and you can ask them to RSVP. And for our example, every campaign that you are launching can be a multi-layered campaign. So for this example, all the people that clicked maybe will get another message in 2 days asking them to approve. And all the people that clicked yes will get a text message asking them, all the people that clicked yes will get a text message with the information a day before the event. So next we're gonna trigger it. Maybe it's a scheduled one every Monday morning with their CEO message of the week, or maybe it's triggered by something when they are scrolling down a certain page, when they are viewing a certain page, or for one of the previous examples, when they are viewing a search result for more than 45 seconds. So they are searching, they are looking at the results for 45 seconds, they are clearly failing to find a good answer. And while they are failing, they will get a pop-up asking them, how was your search, with the full answer. And once you have all these results, you can offer your services to your customers to improve their platforms, because now not only that you know the data of what's going on, you also know the experience of the people themselves and how they're experiencing the portal and what needs to be changed. So to summarize this part, after you have monitored the different platforms, whether it's Teams or Yammer or SharePoint, or whether you are going through a very big change management for your customer, whether you are moving into Teams or moving to the cloud, you need the data and the experience of the employees to offer a really helpful services for your customers. And not only that you offer the correct services, the precise services that you can prove that the customer has troubles with, you can also show them the results afterwards. So after 2-3 months, a year even, you can show them how many people are using SharePoint now or Teams, or how the search rate just went up and the failed search rate just dropped. And this is a really easy way to leverage your partners, your customers, to increase your managed services.